Hello everyone, welcome to a Valentine's Day Our Darker Purpose. As you can see from some of the things we took, probably in that first few seconds, I'll even let you look again, we don't expect to get anywhere that much, do we? With severity on, this is more of a token run than anything. But let's see where we go. I've given myself back rolling. Teleporting was fun, but you can't really control where you move. Sometimes you get caught on walls when you teleport. And why not? Let's take coins and punishment. I've already got 8 coins, so let's just get some more. Hey, maybe I can do the Reagan challenge and get all the way up there without having to use a vending machine. With severity on, I doubt it, but who knows? Alright, let's see. Even the smallest little pinprick hurts too much right now. And that guy just went right for it, didn't he? Throwing bubbles at me from close range. So these Tesla coils will never malfunction ever again, apparently. That's okay. I didn't really mind them malfunctioning, but then again, that's because they were after me. More chalk. Hopefully we can get a lot of A's. Now just checking these things does not actually use my don't ever use a vending machine thing, I believe. I think that you actually have to buy things from them. And I would only really stop myself from not doing the don't use a vending machine thing if there was something really good in it. There's my first 2 points of damage. There's another 2 points. And that's what I meant about the rolling. You can control your rolls a lot better than the teleports. The only difference that I really like with the teleports is, 1, it just looks cool, 2, it's instantaneous, and 3, you can actually go through objects. I found the teddy bear. Now everything will do normal damage to me until I take 120 points of it. Things have been falling into more of a pattern lately when I look at things in the game, which is good. Means I might be getting used to it. I thought that guy might be able to actually hit me for a second. I still did, even though I know it's not true. Stationary enemies are by far some of my favorite enemies, because you only have to dodge their bullets. And if you get good enough, you can just dodge those bullets. Like the roses, even Sindar's timekeeper. I almost said timepiece. His timekeeper isn't the worst. Okay, so they changed the obsolete operator so that he wouldn't throw us through a weird elevator when we first enter the room. I don't know if that means he does it later. Maybe when he dies. Maybe that's when it was meant to happen. I mean, because he pushes buttons so much or something, right? Anyway, we've taken 1 point of damage. It's not the end of the world. He opened the doors. nothing came out. Amazingly. Is it because that Brug was already there? So basically you could keep a Brug on the screen and he would never be able to do anything, huh? We're going to go to the gluttonous cafeteria. No, we're not. We're going to go to the wealthy classroom. Sorry, I had a thought for a second and I was like, no, you're going the wrong way. You want this way, because you want more coins, you want more damage. As we saw when I was at the administrator the last time, damage is key. Because if you can do enough, anything in Edgewood basically falls to you. Do I think that I'll ever have another thing of 100 and some odd coins? No. Well, not without trying. I mean trying really hard. Okay. This Hippocrates isn't the worst. Ooh, a crit star. Sweet. That'll help out a lot. Let's see what's up here. Another desk. Now it's just Jill. Jill and her jacks. There we go. Poof. These Tesla coils are at least placed so that you can dodge some of the chalk fireball. Let's see. Well, since we already know what we're going on, which is a token run, why don't we have an importance of finding them? More life and healing from the tokens. This will help us keep our juice boxes, for one, and keep up our health on these floors. Oh, I almost forgot there were brewed trash cans here. I was just ready to grab and dash. There we go. Alright, up we go. All these chalk. Oop. Let's see. Hopefully they drop more coins. Let's hope. I want to get up to 100 or so damage before we get out of here. Anyway, let's just have a little chat, shall we? I hope your Valentine's Day is going well. Mine's going pretty well right now. It's been going pretty well since this morning. I've just been really lazy. Because today is not just Valentine's Day. Today is a birthday. Today is my birthday. It was the excuse that all the teachers and all the students used in order to hold a party for Valentine's Day in school. Since my birthday was Valentine's Day, and there was nothing in the school charter that said they couldn't hold a birthday party. Just we couldn't hold holiday parties. So, I was a loophole. It wasn't that bad of a life. Survive! Oh goodness, die! So anyway... Woo! Oh shoot! Alright, here we go. Cookies of Discipline? Why, those are some of my favorites. We took a little more damage than I thought we should in that fight. Or the survive room. But thanks to the teddy bear, it's negligible. I'm going to miss the teddy bear when he's gone, which is going to be very shortly. Probably next floor or Woundward Storm. So I'm trying to think of what kind of run I want to run next time. This is going to be basically a token run, it would seem, where I continually hoard tokens and just say mine. Okay. I wanted to see how close I was. What do we got here? Frothy. I would have taken some harmless markings as well. I really would have been annoyed if I would have gotten the box of nice things. Because he is by far one of the hardest classroom bosses. And by that I just mean his pattern. It's really hard. When you have to dodge everything and you're trying to... His achievement's probably really easy because in hindsight you don't want to kill any of the gifts. They just make him move faster, right? But you have to sometimes. It's gonna be another A. Let's keep this track on rolling. Woundwart's Cafeteria Power Struggle. I could use more. Call of the Wild Furniture. We're on a damage dealing token run. I know it doesn't count for these guys, and I wish it wouldn't slow down. There we go. But it's good enough for right now. After all, bosses do have the most HP. If anything, damage is always needed for bosses. Enemies, you can kind of live with it, right? I mean, they're only, at worst, 700 to 800 hit points at the highest levels. And you can kind of deal with that. You can deal with 700 to 800 hit points of damage. It's when you get to a boss and they're like 12,000 or X number of hit points. And then you're sitting there wondering, okay, how am I going to kill this thing quick enough that it doesn't become a pain to me? There we go. So I could go to the boss right now. I'm not going to because I still need to find more tokens. This is unfortunately not a wealthy establishment. It's going to be globes. Took me a second to think what would be in this room. I've been in it a couple times, so... Ah! Come on, Atlas. Gotcha. Might as well check what you have. Horned beef steak, my manuscript, no. For one, I'll probably find those somewhere else. Although the horned beef steak isn't too good, or isn't too bad, especially if you're trying to save your juice boxes. If you can dodge enough, you can use the horned beef steak as your juice boxes against the bosses. Just go to a boss, beat him, go to the next stage. You've used basically a juice box. I believe the horned beef steak heals 20% health. So even when you start at 100, you already heal 20. What do we got? 3,460. You know what I could use is Hunger Pains right now. I know I said that I really don't care about Tabula Rasa anymore because of his nerf with one cloud, or as we've seen, 2 clouds stacked on top of each other. But he still is quite a pain. I think they increased the speed of his cloud in order to make up for it only being 1. The champion chalk flappers, or dusters as I call them. Let's take out the Cassie. She's becoming actually annoying. You ever notice that they close their eyes when they're about to send their chalk cloud at you? They're like, can't get chalk in my eyes. It's probably a good idea. It's just a little thing that I'm noticing. Let's get this one token so we can do more damage. Yay, 1 more point of damage. Oh, goodness, the blindfold. I'm gonna wait. I'll come back for it. Oh, special thing I learned in my last run. You know the survive room that has like 50 of these guys? Not literally 50, but you know what I mean. So if you have my manuscript and fragile glassware, you shouldn't just try to survive. Or if you have any really good attack items, you should not just try to survive. You should try to kill. Every slime you kill in that room gives you the experience of the slime. If you survive and they die, you do not get their experience. It's a great amount of experience. There's about 10, maybe 12 slimes in that room. And if you have any experience boosting items, that gives you almost as much experience as, say, a boss. Yeah, 2 clouds on top of each other. That's a nice way to get by his programming, I guess. It's clever. It only seems to realize that there's 2 of them when you get hit, because one of them keeps going, and the other one splits off for some reason. The Fedora of Crisis. And its large nerf. That's okay, it needed it. Let's keep going. To the boss. I do not want the Trust Walk blindfold, I'm just gonna leave it there on the floor. Cauldron? So, he hit me once. I can't really let him hit me that many more times if I'm gonna get my A. Which, that's why you take Severity. You take Severity for the extra credits, and gain an A will give me, actually, 3 times the credits. Quite the big boost going into here. Oh! So, I think I've decided what I'm going to do next. Something got updated. Something I never thought would get an update again. And that is Terraria. It was updated to 1.2.3, so 1.2.3. And in version 1.2.3, a lot of different things got added, or changed. I read a change log, and I'm getting the crap kicked out of me while I'm talking about it. Ugh, take that. Really. But ooh, that's something new that I've never noticed before. It's probably not new at all. It's probably just something that I've never noticed before. And that's that you can actually shoot through the cauldron now. The slimes used to get to the cauldron and then you wouldn't be able to deal with anything after that because things would be bouncing off the cauldrons. But it looks like the cauldrons don't exist anymore. I got a B or a C. It sucked. Yeah, C. Woe is me, I got a C. Capital code, please. Not. Count of my Choco. The Count of Monte Choco is something I hope they never nerf. It's very useful. It's one of those lessons that when you see it, you need it. The only way I could see them nerfing it is changing it to Chalk doing... Yeah, they kind of give it a criticism nerf. Instead of doing 2 times damage, Chalked it would do maybe 50% more damage. And maybe we'll increase the damage it grants prior to that. Instead of 10 damage, maybe 15 damage or something like that. I have to say that I'm very weirded out by damage that's kind of not... You ever see weird damage? Like, the strangest damage that I ever saw one time when I was younger. This was the first strange damage that I was introduced to. Sorry, cleaning some stuff off. The first strange damage was in Heroes of Might and Magic games. And I met the Storm Elementals, and the Earth and the Air Elementals. Which those always weirded me out, and I never figured out what was wrong with them until I was able to look at their full statistic bar. And they would do, let's see, 2 to 8 points of damage. They either do a lot or a little. And they had such a wide range, and I had always wondered why. It was so weird. Then I played Diablo. 1 or 2, you pick. It doesn't matter. The thing holds true for both 1 and 2. And that is that lightning spells always do 1 to maybe a ton of damage. Stupid bed. Rolling up in this room is bad. I mean, you get caught in that little triangle. Look, that little triangle. Shit. No. Oh, good. That's going to increase my damage quite a bit. Let's hope we can get past the fortress on this severity run. Like we said, we're going for tokens this time. Anything that gives us more tokens, gives us more power, gives us more fury against the clothes. I hate you, clothes. I just do cabinets. I will be happy if they ever decide to do something about you. I know that there is a lesson that you can get that makes it so that when the clothes get you, you are stunned for 95, I think, % less time, which means basically it's like it doesn't matter. As far as I can gather with that low time frame of how long you'd be stunned for, it wouldn't matter. They grab you and you'd be out of it basically instantly. Okay, here's the get to the chest room. Now that would be a room where you teleport wouldn't help you as much. A roll helps out a lot more in this room, because you have to keep rolling past every single one. And thanks to the cooldown on the roll, and the fact that it makes you show up before you reach your end, they have to pop up and try and get you. Two of my favorite items are right there. Oop. The matchsticks and the shoddily copied coin. Nope. The matchsticks are by far my favorite. They're practically useless with teleport, but once you get or if you have roll, they're great. They did lower the rate of fire on the atlases. Which is thankful, because sometimes they would throw way too fast and you couldn't dodge at all. Where's this one? Is he right under me? Oh, I was sure I dodged out of the way of that. I'm gonna drink a couple of these. We're not really worried about our juice boxes at the moment. We haven't found any more memory rooms in a while. And I wish that I could find the cat room with a champion feline in it. Mainly for that achievement, Fight Me Meow. Beats me what you get from it. But it must be really hard to find a leader cat. you must need, like, the item loot, lottery, or the, crowns lesson, which makes champions galore. I forget who gives you the crowns lesson. I'll have to look it up. But that lesson will probably make this a little easier. Let's see if we keep getting coins. I've got 51 coins, and the fortress is next. That's all I know. So I'm gonna do this, and let's head to the fortress, shall we? Woundwort Ho. First things first. What? I didn't go after this thing first? Well, it's because I had a bunch of chalk. And I saw it too for the price of one sale that once we used it. Kind of like that. Okay, time to stop the fortress from producing those guys. I still hate the bounciness of this castle. Okay, your turn. I think they lowered the hit points on the, not the fortress, but some of its neighboring buildings. And there we go. 30! I got a D. I already knew I probably would. Too big. Underlit. Let's go to the crazy place. Now it's sensitive. Usually I like that. But remember that I'm taking double damage already. Which means now I'm taking quadruple damage on this floor. And I'm guessing that the boss of this floor is the Frozen Feud. Just a hunch. So let's hope we can just find this memory room. Because that's really what I'm going after. Okay, old Smokey. Or old Smokey. Well, I don't have an E item, so we'll take that. The memory room is finally this way, because we've gone every other direction. Edgewood plans. I'll come back for them in a second. Oh, that really hurt. A good coin is hard to find. I can't really take the one for tokens, because minus move speed at this point in time is suicide. I'll drink my last juice box though. Speaking of suicide, did the door open? It did. There. Oh really? It was only up? Is the only way I could go? So, is it just me, or is that something that the administrators always seem to, or not the administrators, the archivists. Sorry. I was getting my A's mixed up there. I usually call the archivists administrators for some reason. Maybe it's because I haven't used the word archivist in such a long time. Anyway, is it just me, or do the archivists always stop at a boss room? Oh, you jerk. I was really hoping that this wasn't what I was going to run into. I was hoping for lore. I got a paper. Their firing rate is pretty normal. Anyway, the severity sensitive, killer of all. Although, it did do pretty well for its time, didn't it? I am going to have to find out what crowns is, so I can do that again. I think I'll do another tailored run later. Like my Brood run. I'll pick a different class and I'll be that class. But that's going to come up next time on our Darker Purposes episodes. For now, token room that we got the farthest that we ever did on a severity run. Yeah. Technically, I've never gotten past the Woundwort Fortress on a severity run before. So it was nice that way. Got 80 credits, more than I usually would have. Probably not more than I would have on a normal run, but definitely helped. Anyway, that was it for that one. The counselor needs way too many credits. The items, few and far between. I might actually do a hacking thing later because, you know, with hacking, mercantilism, and I'll take off mud, maybe. Mainly because I'm wondering if other items might pop up in the vending machines. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Our Darker Purpose. Like I said last time, I'm looking for another series to look at. If I could hook up my PS2 or my Wii or the GameCube and record what I'm doing, I'd do something one of those, but I can't. Not that I've found yet. Anyway, thank you for coming here and watching, and I hope to see you next time. Have a happy Valentine's Day.